talking about episode 2 of season 4, which is entitled 117. I don't know, I just do pants. So we kick off the episode with a flashback in the deadliest place on Earth, Beacon Hills High School. You know it's been 4 seasons, you know countless people have died in the walls of that school. Why it hasn't been condemned as being like a burial ground, I don't know. I guess people in Beacon Hills can ignore things. But we get to learn about the past Baby Derek and how he can control, or rather how he learned to control his shifting abilities in the full moon. I guess he thought since he was born a wolf that he should just automatically know how to control it. But Peter, played by Michael Jack, has returned to tell him that that is not the case. You have to focus like everyone else. We're not special. It was interesting to see that you had to do like some chanting to get yourself focused. It was kind of like Buddhist chanting, which I don't know anything about outside of what I saw and like what's love got to do with it, so I'm not gonna go into that too deeply. It's just what it reminded me of. Okay, sir, I understand that you take your job as the gas station attendant very seriously, but if somebody is in a bathroom making that kind of noise, I would either 1, assume that they ate some bad queso or something, or 2, and more likely, I would just leave them alone. If somebody is like grunting and like banging down stuff in the bathroom like that, leave them alone. Because clearly there's something going on with them and they don't really need your help with it. But I guess the trope of nosy white guy is always gonna be prevalent in the media. So I guess he got what he deserved because he didn't leave her alone. How would you feel if you were trying to have a private moment in the bathroom and somebody kept beating down the door, threatening to come in? Hashtag swerve. Oh, Deaton, please. Nobody overestimates your abilities. You can do everything. You've been sending them like into alternate universes since season 1. I think it's fair to assume that you can re-age Baby Derek. That's just me assuming that it's safe. You know, I say it in every video, but I'm a hashtag Derek shipper, and the fact that Stiles did not want to leave Derek's bedside was like the cutest thing in the world. It was probably more of a like, I don't want to leave Lydia alone with you kind of thing, but it seemed like he didn't want to leave in general. He wanted to stay with Derek because they're friends. And by friends, I mean boyfriends, in my mind and in my heart. And one day on the show, hopefully. Jesus, take the wheel. Why is Agent McCall still around? I understand he wants to have a relationship with Scott, that he wants to build on what they broke forever and a day ago, but is he going to be the character that like pretends he doesn't know anything about the werewolves and stuff and try to force himself into every facet of Scott's life? Like twice in the episode he was like, oh, you're supposed to have dinner, oh, you're supposed to do something else. Scott has things to do. He has things to do and he cannot make time to just sit around and do normal things with you. Maybe you should go to work. Did you try that? That's usually what adults do to pass time. They have jobs and they work. They don't sit around waiting for their kids to entertain them. Look at Melissa. Him and Melissa have a beautiful relationship and she is always at work. Try that. Maybe he'll like you more. Baby Derek just had like a hella hard mood swing. But I guess you can't blame him since Deaton was like prodding at him with a scalpel like not even 2 seconds ago. It goes back to that common courtesy thing about being in the bathroom. If I'm in the bathroom, don't mess with me. If I'm sleeping or comatose, don't stab me. But I guess it was for science, so I guess it was necessary. But Deaton got that claw to the arm for his efforts. Sorry about it, bro. I guess you should have let him sleep. Stiles seems pretty discontent in this relationship with Malia. When Scott asked him, he was kind of like, she does watch, so is my bed, she's always sniffing me, she's always leaving weird scratches and bruises on my body. I don't know, he's not into that unless it's from Derek. But that's none of my business. Is somebody going to explain to me why Malia is in the same class as the rest of them, considering the fact that she probably turned into a coyote when she was probably in about 3rd grade? So now here they are in 11th or 12th grade and she's just there. Did she pass an aptitude test? Did we like throw some mountain ash in someone's face to get them to think that she was smart enough to be there? I mean, come on. That girl didn't know who Abraham Lincoln was. He's like the most notable president that we've ever had, and she didn't know. So it leads me to believe this girl needs to get sent back to pre-K and off the damn show. Did I say that out loud? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Want to fight me, then fight me. Baby Derek going to find his family was super hungry. I wanted to have like a Ty Pennington moment and say, move that bus! But the only thing behind the bus would be broken promises and broken dreams. Does anybody else have a huge urge to like lick the TV when Deputy Paris shows up? Or is it just me? I don't think it's just me. Because he's sweet and pretty and he has that jawline. And little do we know, Ryan Kelly is like hella ripped. You can't really tell in that sheriff uniform, but I've seen it in pics on Tumblr. Anyways, Deputy Hottie McHottie should not be hanging out with Officer Asshat trying to tase kids and stuff who are just mourning the death of their family on their, like, ashen estate. Somebody needs to give this guy a performance review in which he's fired forever for being, like, a dickhole. What does the S in Derek S. Hale stand for? Maybe it's Sammy, or Stellan, or Steve. Let's go with Steve. All the points to the sheriff this episode, because he's so over the supernatural. He's like, have you been time traveling? Is that what you've been doing? Have you been swimming in the fountain of youth? Oh God, the sheriff is like how I would be if I was like on the fringes of supernatural things happening. I would just assume that everything is possible. That they were aliens, that UFOs exist, that time travel is possible. Everything would be taken at face value because I would just believe everything. I would be the most gullible person ever in a supernatural situation. I mean, Scott is feeling bad about lying to Baby Derek, but it's really not a lie. His whole family didn't die in that fire. Peter managed to crawl out of the depths of hell on more than one occasion. And Cora is alive doing something where she's like a queen on another show. So she's still alive, but I guess mom and dad and some other siblings are dead. But I mean, Peter's still there. It's not really much of a consolation prize, but he's pretty. I love that Lydia is making it very known that she was not a fan of that plan of going to Mexico and seeking out the Mexi Argents. She has said on more than one occasion that that was very dumb. Well, Lydia, maybe you should take charge next time. But Lydia and Kira as a friendship is extra precious. I hope they continue to leave like Malia out of things. Leave her at home. Because I hate her. How did Lydia get all the way to the side of that gas station after she got out of the car like half of a second before Kira like tried to find her? She was like many yards away at that point. I don't understand how she got over there that fast, but I guess those boots were made for walking. But what they weren't made for was traipsing through a crime scene in a bloodbath. I don't know why they felt the need to like really get down and dirty in that, but I guess we don't care about our shoes anymore. I would care about my shoes. I wouldn't do it personally, but I guess to each their own. I also love that she told Kira not to look, and Kira promptly looked. But I guess that's one of those things where they say, you do what you want to do. I love how Malia called Peter Satan in a V-neck, like, hot meat kettle, that's your dad. You don't know it, but you're still a bitch, so maybe you should start looking at these similarities. Peter just got strangely turned on by the thought of Scott killing someone. He's like, did you kill someone, Scott? Did you scratch someone? Stop, sir. He's underage. I would ask if anybody else was excited about this classic steric slam against the wall, but I know everybody was, so I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to talk about it because we all know it was perfect. I love how werewolves of generations have been climbing in Argent beds like it's their job. Never really works out well, does it? The Argent lady involved in the situation typically dies. Is that too soon? Okay, so can somebody explain to me why Derek recognizes current age Kate but doesn't recognize anyone else? I mean, because baby Derek and like current Derek like look similar, but you can tell they're like not the same person. So I'm assuming that Kate would have looked at least a little bit different back in the day. So the fact that he recognizes her in this present state is puzzling to me. There is no way the V is that good. This is a PSA to say that Teen Wolf is packed with random makeout sessions and awkward boners. I love that Peter was like Audi 5000 when that Berserker showed up. He was like, there's one of them and 3 of us. I think we should run or else we're gonna die. And then he didn't wait for them, he just left. Which is not surprising because it's Peter, but also funny because that's what I would do. Oh, baby Derek and these teen emotions. I need him to get with the program and realize that nobody cares about your feelings. That's mean, and Styles and Scott clearly care about your feelings, but I don't. I need you to get over it and stop acting like a 12-year-old. Then Kira pops up, and I thought she was about to, like, stab or nunchuck these berserkers. I was thinking maybe she had some special skills. But no, she got laid out just like the rest of them. And now Kate and Peter are fighting, and it's just a hot mess. And then there's like a smoke bomb. Is it Argent? Is it somebody else? I don't know. I hope it's Argent. I know he's supposed to come back sometime, but I can't see why he would help his like crazy sister. But I guess he doesn't really have much family left, so too soon again. I love that people love Scott so much that they can forcibly age and grow like a full beard in about 0.2 seconds. Because as soon as Baby Derek saw that Alpha Scott was like in mortal peril, he aged up real quick. Somebody used the testing cheats enabled True cheat on him and just trigger aging transition. That was a lame sense reference. But let me tell you what I thought when he first aged up. I was like, brood all over me, boo. Brood all over me. Then come to find out the Hales are rich. Like, who would have thought? But I guess insurance money on a like burned down estate would kind of be beneficial. And Derek changes eye colors like a hood rat changes color contacts. I can't keep up anymore. And that dude coming in and stealing the money at the end, catch me if you can, Warnoff. I'm gonna go with Warnoff. Alright, that seems to be all I have for you guys today. I will see you next week, same time, same place.